Hey, I don't know when I'm going to get a chance to do this, but I only ever get to do this outside. So I'm just going to talk about this because I've been meaning to just go touch on this topic. Uh, whether whether you're into kink or you have some sort of fetish or something, uh, the whole lifestyle of BDSM, I separate from my music. And a lot of people don't do that. There's so many people on scammer bait, chatterbait. I call it scammer bait or greeter bait or desperate bait. So when you're so lonely and you got nothing to do, you got no one to talk to, you go on these kind of things. But I will tell you this, no one ever mentions this, and no one ever, like, I don't know who taught them sex ed, and I don't know who taught them the way of the lifestyle BDSM, but it has nothing to do with money. It's free to explore your kinks on both sides. And I'm a submissive slave, but as much I've been actively seeking for like 11 years a mistress or a master or boyfriend, girlfriend, and it's just a shame. There's a lot of shame involved, and then you're just like, what? You know, I sent to Paul Cassidy, I said I would never recognize him. I said, I don't know who you are, man. I would never recognize you if I saw you on the street. And then they just took that comment down and said, I violated the terms, I violated. And then Ava Onyx, she blocked me because she said that, oh, I only pay attention to you if you send me money. I'm just like, what? And then just today, Charlotte Lilly blocked me on OnlyFans, only scams. But if there's someone who asks you for money and they think they're all for kink, because I don't do fine dom. I don't, I only get so much money a month. Living on assistance ever since I was 19, so almost 10 years of that. Yeah, I really don't want to keep this long, but I'm going to put the point out here. Or just say that it's not just what I think. It's not what I think. It's very clear because the financial shit, that's a fetish to its own. It's not the whole basis of what BDSM is all about in kink and lifestyle. And it's not always about sex. But when you're that obsessed and you have no empathy whatsoever, even if I had all the money in the world, if I had a girlfriend, she'd buy her own meal, I'd buy my own meal, and we wouldn't be so obsessed with it. I would never even be involved in a relationship about money at all. And it really pisses me off every day. Go look it up. I've never heard anyone say like, it's retail, it's a service. It's not a service, it's a lifestyle. Okay? And it's free. It's free to do on both sides. You either like it or you don't like it. And then I say, hello, welcome to scammer bait. They're like, they can't even process it. Just like, what do you mean my scammer bait? And then they just end you. Yeah. I did a cover of I Want to Be Your Slave by Måneskin or Manskin. I really don't like music videos, and I like separating my music from my well, not just my life, but that part of me. And I'd be like, oh yeah. Some people have no issue talking about it openly, and I'm very shy and stuff because I'm picked on all the time. And there's people who view my stuff and not even say a word or anything, and it's just like calling someone who you don't know on Messenger. It's just like, why are you calling me? Because I'm lonely and I need to talk to someone. And it's just like, hey, can you dominate me? Can you can you use me as a toilet? Could you piss in my mouth? Can you do all this stuff? And then they're just like, what, what? And then like the harmless thing of like wanting to worship and lick someone's feet and stuff, and they're just like, what? And then they just, yeah, they don't get it, and they're just like, yeah. I mean, I kind of dated someone this year. It took me to Medicine Hat, and I had to leave that because it was every morning there'd be an argument, and he was, he could, you'd always talk to him, and then he'd argue and never understand and piece anything together. So yeah, and I do all my recording outside, not here, but wherever I can. Smoked a blunt. I smoked a blunt today. Raspberry crippler. Um, yeah, it doesn't cost money. Like gear costs money. Um, whatever, collars, whatever. But to pay someone to do something to you, to actually partake in the same lifestyle that you do, like you're, and I don't know why all females are the exact same, but they tend to be. I said to her, I said to Charlotte, I said, like, don't hesitate to message me, like, engage first, like, move away from tradition. And not a lot of other people think about that, but it's just like, you see a lot of, like, the cookie cutter of all these men, of all these stupid men. And yeah, we get called incels for thinking differently, or wanting things equal, like equality first, like if women are independent as they say, and just like, just try it out. So no one wants me to be their living slave or anything like that. No one wants to do anything. It's like, oh well, yeah. So there's no interactions or anything. Like, I'm not into the financial stuff. That puts me off quite a bit. And I've always thought I'd be a little bit more aggressive while making this video, as I was how much I don't like my hometown. Like, I'm I need to make some sort of forceful change in my whereabouts where I am, so I can thrive a little bit more. But I will tell you that being kinky or having any kind of taboo lifestyle does not cost any fees. And if there's someone who does charge you for all that, like try and demand stuff from that, like you, and doesn't want to get a loan themselves or go to a bank or whatever, then just block them. Like, just block them, and then just don't pay attention to them, because I'm so sick of hearing it. I'm just like, it's a thing, and I'm just like, they don't understand. I'm like, oh, they don't really understand what true BDSM is, right? So, but I myself am not gonna write a song about, like, I want to be your bitch, I want to be your slave, and all this stuff. I'm not gonna do that. And I separate things. I don't like music videos unless they have something to say that's inspiring and emotional or impactful. Not like that. I mean, I've known what I've wanted ever since I was like 14. So it's been a long time, like being in drama class or the gym class, and being like, just imagining like people in my drama class like doing stuff to me, and yeah, and using me in such a way. But it's like, oh, it's a shock when yet other artists and stuff talk about it openly, and they don't separate their stuff. I'm just like, you do your music, and what if like there's someone there that, you know, is a child that watches that or whatever, and so, same with like my kinky dope ASMR, like she doesn't separate her stuff, and I'm just like, and then there's so many others And I'm pretty depressed most of the time, and I need somebody to be. I need something, because at this point it's like a live or die situation. Like, maybe my whole body's gonna shut down before I do something to myself. It's clearly not like you cannot say anything, and no one's gonna ever really say anything on here, I don't think. I've made shorts this year asking very politely and calmly, and to the point, being like, hey, could you ask me some questions? But I don't see 277 people write comments. So, and I've been doing this for 15 years. Been doing this for 15 years, and yeah, only been away for 2, and don't have a place to live, and still doing this. But underneath it, I'm. It's sometimes hard to tap into my submissive self. Um, but at the end of it, that's what the like kind of life I want. To be owned and cared for and loved, and yeah. And everyone looks at it like, oh, that's weird. Oh well, you know what? Doing the same standard banging each other, that would get pretty boring and stale. I mean, you gotta have variety in your life, but at the same time, I I like to keep my music separate from like my BDSM life, like, as much as I can. Like, I don't understand why people think that it's about money. It's clearly not about money. It's not a retail service. It's a lifestyle, and it's something that's free to explore on both sides. I can't say it any more crystal clear. And you know, there's a lot of got there's some guys that are models who claim that they're models and are on there jerking away and then thinking that they know everything about BDSM, and they're like, "Oh, tip baby, tip baby, tip baby." Like, are you stupid? Is there any IQ in there or whatever? And then the women are just like, "Oh, I'll only do BDSM if you tip me." I'm just like, um, hey, hold up, time out. You do know that that's has nothing to do with money, right? Uh, and they don't get it. They just don't get it. So that's all I have to say about it. Stop asking me for money and taking away my life. Because all I want is someone to belong to. Oh, it really stinks like dead fish out here. Okay, that's pretty gross. So much for summer. uh, yeah, BDSM is not about money, and it shouldn't be. It isn't, and they've got nothing better to do. And there's a lot of women out there that miss out on me. They really miss on me. Like, you can engage, you can say something, ask out that guy, and they never do. No one's gonna comment on here. Surprise me. How about let's get 22 people comment on my video right now? 22? 25? 77? 277? No, they're not going to. I don't know. I make videos no different than anybody else. Yeah, BDSM is not about money. It's not. I'll kink shame you. What are your kinks? I'll kink shame you too. No. Anyway, I'm so tired of being here in this town. No, can't thrive here. I mean, thankfully I like guys too, but I mean, I'd like to experience with a woman and be owned and whatnot, I mean, she's ridiculous. Like, Charlotte's like she expects people like $300 a week just for her to lock other people in chastity. Like, it's stupid. It's retarded. I'm like, are you in that nuts? And they think that, oh, that's just one thing. BDSM is about money. It's just that. It's just that. Money. So I don't even watch any of these like tutorials or training or get to know what this is about or this kink and stuff, because I know what BDSM is all about. It has nothing to do about money. It's a fit. That thing, the whole money thing, the whole going into debt. I'm already, you know, I barely have anything as it is. So I wanted to touch on it. I did. And yeah, you don't want to be crippled by anyone. BDSM has nothing to do about money. Yeah, I don't understand why, like guys, for the most part, they do. Sometimes they ask for some sort of a deposit payment, tribute, but at the end of the day, it's a kink. Like all BDSM, you don't have to do every kink, right? Because you're not into that kink, I'm so sick of being here, but I got comfortable. I've gotten to the point of, it's so hard for me to tap into my modes because I'm also ashamed, and I've been sheltered, and I've been homeless for almost 24 months come March 1st next year. Can you believe it? Yeah. Can't say it again. Oh, I don't want to say it again. Can't say it anymore. BDSM has nothing to do with money.